Hi, I'm Peter Mezitt, president of Weston Nurseries, and I'm here today to dispel the myth about planting in the summer. A lot of the time, our customers think that you can't plant once the warm summer months come, or after Memorial Day even, when it starts to get hot and feel like summer. The truth of the matter is you can plant any time of the year as long as you can put the plant in the ground and the ground's not frozen. So in the warmer months, when the soil temperatures are hot or it's 90 degrees and humid out, you do have to be a little more cognizant of how to plant properly. And the plants are definitely going to need more water. Sometimes the soil medium in some of these container plants is very light and airy, and if you know that, it's going to need even more water. Versus a balled and burlap tends to hold on and it feels heavier, and you know the water's already in there. So any time of year that you plant, we have good planting guidelines that explain how to plant properly, dig a nice big hole, create nice rooting environment with good soils, using soil amendment, and we recommend biotone fertilizer to get the roots off to a good start. It's an organic slow release fertilizer that contains mycorrhiza, which is beneficial for root stimulation. And that's why it works so well, and that's why we recommend it. For every new tree, shrub, and perennial we sell, we recommend the right amount of biotone also put around the root ball. When you're planting in the warmer weather, the thing to remember is it's really important to water in with a hose as you're doing the planting. Make sure the plant itself in its pot is actually heavy and wet before you take it out of the pot. And then as you're planting, I like to backfill about halfway and then water in and let that water settle down into the root mass, into the surrounding soil, then backfill the rest of the way and water it again. Now when you water it again after you backfill, the most important thing is to create a circle berm kind of on the outer edge of the foliage, 2-3 inches tall. It can be the soil, and it can even be mulch on top of that soil, but not right in toward the trunk or the center of the plant, as you want to give the roots, you want to not plant things too deep. You want those roots to be right level with the soil. Then you fill that circle berm up and let it sink down slowly. It can hold 2-3 inches of water. For a plant this size, a 3-gallon, you're probably putting in 3 or 4 gallons of water. For balled and burlapped boxwood like this over here, you're probably putting in 5 to 8 or 9 gallons of water because you have a bigger circle berm. Now, do that probably 6 times over the first 2 weeks, say every other day. Then you know you've created a nice, moist rooting environment for that plant to get established. And then you want to back off. If we get an inch of rain during any week, you don't really need to water unless your soils are really on the sandy side. You could water it once a week and be fine with that, and that's actually what we recommend to do, is to keep that circle berm and fill it up every week throughout the rest of the year. But if we do get natural rain and your soils retain water pretty well, you really don't need to water too much more after you've soaked it in the beginning. What I like to do is put my finger in the soil, and if it's dry 2 inches down, just test it now and then, hit it with some water throughout the first season after you plant it. You rarely have to water plants in, unless, again, you're in sandier soil situations the second year. You really don't need to water too much, or unless we get into a prolonged period of drought. So I'm trying to dispel the myth of it's not okay to plant in the summer heat, and it really is okay to plant in the summer heat. So come on down and choose from an incredible selection. We really have these garden centers looking fabulous this year, and the plants are so happy because we've had a real spring. Nice cool weather and a lot of rain this year. We'll see you soon.